Afraid of drama that might happen at a wedding coming up this weekend?
When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's Group Therapy on 99.7 DJX.
So we got this message. Said, I am attending a wedding this weekend where one of the other guests is a guy that I fired a few months ago.
Kelly, do you want to talk to him? I think he's on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, we can talk to him. Good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. We'll call you John. Will you talk to us about what you kind of explained in your email? What's going on this weekend?
Yeah, going to a wedding. It's a good buddy of mine. One of the guests at the wedding is a guy that I fired a few months ago. Let's just call him Dave.
Sure.
And, we were friends as kids, and I got him the job last year.
Mm-hmm.
But then he kind of put me in a tough spot because wasn't showing up to work. He was refusing to follow explicit directions, stuff like that, And
Yeah, that is tough.
Yeah, I gave him multiple written warnings in advance, and then it just started to strain the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But he kept making the bad choices, and so anyway, he and his wife, whose wedding I also went to before I had to fire him, they both tend to drink a lot, and they can get pretty crazy when they do. So, considering the fact that there's an open bar at this wedding, and I know that the bride and groom, they're probably going to be happy and want a fun and drama-free night.
Absolutely.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best to avoid this couple, but it's a small wedding. There's not going to be a lot of places to hide.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering how you would suggest keeping things under control if things start to get out of hand at the reception.
Oh, wow. To recap, he was a friend of yours. You had
childhood.
Yeah. You got him a job, but then he started to mess up at work. You had to let him go. Which, man, that in and of itself could be its own conversation subject, like hiring your friends and the drama that can sometimes cause.
Totally.
But now he's going to be at this wedding over the weekend. All right, other than just trying to avoid him at all, in the whole reception hall. I mean, I know it's tough, but we'll try to help you navigate that situation. And then, if you could you follow up with us, Monday?
Yeah, totally.
Cool. All right. Well, good luck, man, and thanks.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. 2 early comments I got to throw out there. One from Chris. If he does start drama with you, in a loud voice say, "These types of poor decisions, like starting drama at a wedding, is exactly why I had to fire you."
Oh, dang.
That's one way to handle it.
Okay.
Nikki says, "Make velociraptor noises at them and run."
Kelly, what would those sound like?
I don't know. Maybe that? I feel like that was pretty good.
Okay.
I feel like that was good, right? I speak velociraptor. Who knew?
I would love to hear from someone who's been in this situation where there's going to be drama at the wedding because of a mutual friend that you have with the bride and groom and how you handled it. Maybe that can help our buddy John here navigate his friend's wedding this weekend.
Yes, because, again, we are trying to preserve a drama-free environment for the happy couple. The star of the day is the bride and the groom, right? It's not John and it's not Dave.
No, neither one of them.
We got to keep Dave under control.
All right.
I don't think velociraptor sounds are going to help, but thank you, Nikki. That was entertaining.
502-571 to a wedding of a mutual friend this weekend. Now, John, our listener, wanting to avoid some drama with Dave, the guy he had to fire. And now he's like, how do I do that in this small wedding and reception?
Yeah, he's a little concerned about the open bar aspect and the fact that Dave and his wife tend to get a little crazy when a little drinking happens. Brandy said if they approach, I'd just be straight up, hey, this is so-and-so's wedding, not about us today, so if we could just all be adults and not cause a scene, that'd be great.
That seems like
attack it head on.
Yeah, I was going to say, that seems like a very mature way to handle it.
Yeah, Chris said if the newlyweds' happiness is paramount to you, then go to the wedding, go to the reception, show your support, but politely excuse yourself early enough to avoid drunk ex-friend who I had to fire guy.
Yeah, I kind of think that's the way to do it. Like, you know, I know that he's your friend too, so why should you suffer? But, you know, kind of being the bigger man about it and say, hey, support. All right, we're going to duck out. Here's Michael Graves' toaster. Now, Catherine says, how about reach out to the guy ahead of time just to let him know that you're going, hope that things can be okay between you and see how he responds, and then react to to what he says. And based on how he responds, reach out to the bride and groom, let them know that you tried, or that all things will be good. Just give them the heads up. And I'm like, Catherine, I don't know if that's the way I would go about that.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want the bride to then be like worried about something that may or may not happen. And again, we are assuming that Dave is going to make a scene.
Yeah, you're right. He may not.
He may not. He may just be like, you know, it's been a couple of months. He's just moving on. Mm-hmm. There could be that.
Yeah, maybe he already got a better job and he's like, hey, I'm in a good place. You know, this was a blessing in disguise. And maybe he'll walk into the reception along with our listener, John, and just be like, you know what, John? Good to see you, buddy. I know we had our differences a few months ago, but I'm in a better place now. Everything's good.
We're going to hope that's how Dave approaches it.
And then they'll do like the bro hug. Sort of the
bro hug it out.
You know, the sort of the one arm, because you've got the left hand that's holding the drink.
Right.
So you got the one arm kind of bro hug sort of thing.
Sure.
And while, you know, your wife and his wife are just kind of like smiling politely at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, you know, invite them over to the chocolate fondue. You know? Maybe the chocolate.
What could go wrong around chocolate fondue?
I feel like the chocolate fountain can solve any issue.
Now, our resident officer, police officer, who listens to the show, Officer Russ, who has been hired to be at funerals before because of family drama, thinks that it will turn into a blank show and it may end up in a fight.
Listen, okay, Russ.
Russ, you're not providing a solution. You're just saying what may happen.
And Cody's all like, pow, right in the kisser. Cody, I don't think that's the way to go either.
No,
I don't think that's helping.
That is fine.
I don't think we're helping.
All right, so what are we saying? We're saying go, show your support, but maybe duck out before things get too drunk?
Yes. Leave before it gets too drunk. All yes, right. I think that's good because I don't think that we go in assuming Dave is going to create this big scene. I think we're painting a picture of this guy out of fears that something might happen. We don't know it's going to happen.
Right.
There haven't been any threats.
All right.
So I think we just go expecting to support the bride and groom. If you start to see things might go downhill, then slip out.
Yeah, just slip out. All right. Well, John, good luck to you, and we'll follow up with you on Monday.